So today we're doing a bunch of different stuff, just getting to the point where we can eventually put a jack under the engine, lift it up just a little bit, take off the front end, take off all the frame pieces, and just have our engine and transmission here ready to dismantle. Right now I've got everything off the back of the transmission except for the shift lever. The exhaust has been dropped at this point. I'm actually making this little intro video after I've done a bunch of work, so you're gonna see some various things happen. Next up, I gotta get the airbox out of here. I gotta get the ABS unit off, and then I can finish pulling the wiring harness. That's kind of the last big things to do before I can take off the front end, the A-arm, and the rear frame pieces. I'm gonna have to get under here to pull out the last bits of the wiring harness that go to the back end of the bike. There's not very much because it only has to run turn signals and the tail light. And then the next exciting bit is gonna be taking the engine and transmission apart. Now, as you can see, we got the rear end of the bike all taken apart. All the wiring is pulled out. Here it is. I'm gonna fish it through so it's out of the way. You need two tools to get once everything else is disconnected, you need a bunch of different, mostly T25 and T30 Torx to get the smaller connectors off. And then you need a T50 and a T55. The 55 is for the lower frame bolts, and the 50 is for the upper frame bolts. And I'll cut to the side and show you that. First, I'm gonna pull the wiring harness the rest of the way through so it's out of our way. So many zip ties. Folks, you got no idea. There are even more zip ties hidden underneath the rear. It's crazy. All right, so that's gonna get that out of our way, as we can't take the airbox out until we take the frame off. And as you can see, nothing fancy holding up the engine right now. It's clamped in the vise on the front of the lift, but this is just a cinder block and a piece of wood. So let's do the lower frame bolts first. It's right here, and you don't know this, I know this because I've already taken it out once, but the crash bars go to here. So this is a longer bolt than stock, and it's already loose because I took the crash bars off. So it's a longer bolt than stock, and it's got a spacer in there to provide a flat surface for the crash bar. As the actual frame part piece is slanted. It's hard to see, so you have to trust me, but it's slanted towards the front. So that's an aftermarket bolt with a spacer for the crash bars. Let's do the other side. Once again, it's already loose because I took the crash bars off. So this is another aftermarket bolt and spacer. And it looks like we got two bolts up here, one of which I forgot. So I'm hoping I can still loosen it up. We'll see if it's a 50 or a 55. Okay, that's a 50. So now we're gonna switch to the T50, 50. We're gonna take out the upper frame bolts. There's two of them. They're right above and below each other. So this tab is welded onto the frame itself, and it holds onto the front subframe. That one should already be loose. Indeed it is. Oh, I did loosen that one up. And the other side. I got my lovely assistant George here. Say hi, George.
Hi.
So he's gonna hold the frame while I take out the last two bolts so it doesn't just clang to the ground. So we're gonna do this spindly little one on the tab first. You can do a lot of this yourself, but it's nice to have a helper.
Especially a lovely one.
Especially a lovely one, yes. There's one. Are you ready, Roy?
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
I'm not ready, Freddie.
Oh no, I didn't loosen this one. I figured there had to be one sooner or later that I'd ready Freddy.
Disappointing.
I know, I should have said ready Freddy. Shame on me. Ready? Uh-oh, I'm hung up on something. What's this?
Oh, you didn't get the last there's a transmission. No, you can just use the 45.
Oh, it's loose at least. So I must have seen it and thought it was. Kind of rethinking this whole thing. Hold on, you got it?
Yeah.
Now we can take the frame off. Hold it up. Oh man, that's heavy. Ta-da! Rear frame, airbox. That's it for today. We'll take the front end off another day. Thanks for joining us. It's almost like having a real job, isn't it?